When I was younger, my father made this life-changing decision. No, he didn't buy Bitcoin early. However, he did put me into elocution lessons, all because I wasn't pronouncing my T's. Yeah, you heard that right. I was out here pronouncing water like water. Honestly, in his defense, I kind of did sound a little bit like I had just walked fresh off a reality TV series. At the time, I thought, wow, this is such a waste of my Saturday mornings. But in reflection, it was probably the highest form of high-value training I could have ever received. Because here's the truth. The way that you speak is going to enhance your entire presence. When people experience you, that is exactly what it is. It's an experience. You want that experience to feel luxury. You want it to feel high value. You want it to feel high class and elegant. You want people to take you seriously. And if you're out here mumbling, over-apologizing, you're letting your words trail off like some sort of weak Wi-Fi signal, babe, you're not commanding the room, you're blending in with the wallpaper. On today's episode, we are going to be covering 5 lessons that I have learned from my elocution classes that completely transformed the trajectory of my life. And I promise you, this is going to alter how people receive you. This is going to bring you so many more opportunities. You are going to start to be taken so seriously. So stick around and make sure you lock in for the whole episode because this one is a good one. And it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. My name is Alia Saray. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. First things first is articulation. You need to start speaking like you have somewhere important to be. If you're like how I used to be and you're still dropping your T's like toxic exes, then babe, I think it's time for a glow up. Say it with me now. It's butter, not butter. It's water, not water. You wouldn't wear a Chanel bag with stains and marks and everything else all over it, so why are you treating your words like crumpled up receipts? Let me give you an example. Let's say somebody asks you your name and you say it all weak and hesitant. You say, well, you know, my name is Sarah. No, babe, your name is Sarah. Full stop. No question mark at the end of it. The key here is to speak with certainty. When you start speaking like you are questioning yourself, like there are question marks after things that are not questions, these are things that are factual things. Subconsciously, people are going to question you because if you are not sure of yourself and you are not certain of yourself, how do you expect anybody else to be certain of you? Lesson number 2 is voice tonality. Your voice needs to sound like you are in the VIP section of life. You've probably noticed that the most captivating women never have to shout in order to be heard, and they don't sound like they're apologizing for simply existing. I used to think that speaking in a soft, sweet, feminine tone was feminine. Yeah. That's until my elocution teacher told me that I sounded like I was ordering soup at a restaurant that I simply didn't belong at. Confidence, she said. It's actually not about your volume and it's all about your presence. So this is something fun that you can try next time you're out with your girlfriends, next time you're out with your husband or on a date. This is what you're going to do. When you speak, I want you to slow down. I want you to take pauses in between your sentences. Let people wait for your words. When you let people wait for your words, instead of blurting everything out in 0.2 seconds, they're going to pay attention to you longer, and it creates this air of mystery around you. Wow. I wonder where she's going with this. Wow, I wonder what she's going to say next. Everyone else be quiet. I want to hear what she's going to say. Trust me, you don't want to sound like an auctioneer waiting for the last bids to come in. Lesson number 3, no more over-apologizing and no more swearing. When you swear, you either think that you're cool by doing so, or you just simply think nothing of it. Maybe everyone in your home growing up used to swear, maybe you've never really given it much consideration. Swearing is so ugly. It's so unnecessary. You could be an LA 10, but if you open your mouth and all that's coming out of it is this ugliness, this swearing, these horrible words, all it really communicates to the person that you're speaking to is that you don't really have a high IQ. You don't really have that much intelligence, because what it's suggesting is that you don't have the knowledge or the ability to think of the words that you need to use in that moment. So you are using filler words like swear words to fill that space. Now, whether they are thinking this consciously or subconsciously, they're never going to take you seriously. Also, I want you to think of it from a man's perspective. Think about a man. He is with you. You are the most beautiful woman on the planet. You invest so much into your looks, your health, your wellness. You look great, you feel great, you're amazing. But when you open your mouth and these swear words are coming out, that is not inspiring him to protect and provide for you. He's not looking at you like, wow, my sweet darling angel, I have to be really precious with her. I have to be really delicate with her. No. Instead, he's probably thinking, okay, she's one of the bros, and he starts to treat you like one of his friends. In other words, he just gets a little bit too comfortable with you. Now, I also mentioned part of this lesson was over-apologizing, and this is what I meant by that. A lot of women have this habit of shrinking their voices. Oh, sorry, can I just say something? Stop. You are not an inconvenience. You are the main event. So instead of saying, oh, maybe I was just wondering if I could add something to that point, you would say, I have something important I would love to add. Now, you're not just anybody with any sort of opinion. You're a woman with confidence. You're a woman with purpose. If you believe the point that you want to add to this conversation has value, then it's subconsciously going to trick other people into listening and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear what she's about to say. Remember, make sure you're speaking with certainty and purpose. Lesson number 4 is small talk mastery, and that is because saying I dunno is not cute. The thing is, if you want to be magnetic in any room, then babe, you have to learn how to hold a conversation. I remember back when my elocution teacher would ask me the strangest questions. She would ask me, what are your thoughts on space travel? And I would be sat there like a deer in headlights thinking, I don't know. Wrong answer. High value women can talk about anything because high value women have practice. So next time you're on a date, next time you're at a dinner party, next time you're with friends, instead of saying, I don't know, you could say, that's so interesting. I've never thought about it like that. Or you could say, oh, I love this topic. Here's my take. Or you could say, I read something about that recently, apparently. And then obviously go off and tell them what you've apparently read or what you found out about that certain topic. All of a sudden, you're not just a passive participant. Now you're a woman that people remember. Now you're a woman that people are listening to. Lesson number 5 is body language. You need to learn how to speak without saying a word. There's no point speaking like a queen when your body language is giving insecure, shy, nervous, frazzled intern. I remember my elocution teacher making me balance this book on my head. Yes, it was very Princess Diaries, but let me tell you, it definitely worked. Your posture is everything. You have to sit and stand tall. When you're slouched over, it suggests that you're not very confident. It suggests that you are uncomfortable in that room. It's basically painting you out to be a victim. And if you are portraying energetically through your body language that you are a victim of yourself or your past experiences, that you are currently uncomfortable, then guess what? Other people will start to treat you like a victim. Learn how to hold really good eye contact. Obviously, you can look away from time to time, but don't have your eyes darting around like you're looking for an escape route. After these lessons, I started getting treated differently. People started to listen when I spoke. I got accepted into law school and I was top of my class. Strangers would start to respect my presence. I started to get amazing opportunities. I ended up building my own business, my own empire, because the way that you present yourself is exactly the way that the world will treat you. The reason I made this episode is because I want this for you. Take this as a sign. When you are speaking, command the room. Take your time. Slow down. The world will wait for a woman who is in her feminine energy. Stop rushing through your sentences like you're scared to take up time. Take up time. Take up space. You need to become the woman that knows that you belong. Because once you believe and you know for sure you belong in these rooms, you belong with these friends, you belong with this man, you are worthy and you are deserving, then they are going to treat you like you are worthy and you are deserving. God and the universe has an abundance of opportunities just waiting for you. So that is a wrap for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, then you are going to love all of the other episodes on my channel. So obviously be sure to go and check those out. So I will either see you over there at my other episodes, or I will just see you next time. I love you. Bye.